She drains your energy, demands more than she gives, and leaves you feeling worse about yourself, but you keep making excuses for her. Why? Because you haven't seen the 6 warning signs of a low-value woman, and how Stoicism exposes them before it's too late. Most guys don't realize they're trapped until it's over, until they've wasted years, money, or peace of mind on someone who only takes. Stoics called this living in slavery to externals, letting a toxic person control your emotions, time, and self-respect. Today we're cutting through the illusions, not to judge her, but to free you. Because the first step to avoiding pain, seeing it clearly. Let's be honest, society tells men to man up and tolerate bad behavior. You're called weak if you walk away, controlling if you set boundaries. But Stoicism flips that. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." A low-value woman isn't just difficult, she's a test of your principles. The real challenge? Most men miss the signs until they're drowning. She's not the villain. You're not a victim. This is about recognizing patterns before they cost you your confidence. Sign 1, she's never wrong. You know that feeling when you're arguing with her, and no matter what you say, it somehow always circles back to being your fault. That's not an accident. A low-value woman has a way of twisting reality so that she's never the one at fault. She'll rewrite history mid-conversation, flip the script to make herself the victim, and if you ever dare to ask for an apology, she'll act like you're the unreasonable one. The Stoics called this prohairesis, the ability to choose your response. But here's the problem. She refuses to take responsibility for hers. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." But she doesn't react, she deflects. She doesn't reflect, she manipulates. And if you call her out, suddenly you're the bad guy for starting drama. A high-value woman owns her mistakes. She doesn't gaslight you into thinking you're crazy for wanting basic accountability. A low-value one? She'll make you question your own memory, your own feelings, until you're apologizing for things she did. The Stoic solution? Recognize the pattern early. Ask yourself, is this someone who can admit when she's wrong, or will every disagreement turn into a battle of blame? If it's the latter, you're not in a relationship. You're in a courtroom where she's always the judge. Sign 2, your peace has a price. Seneca said, "He who craves riches feels fear." But what about the man who craves peace? Because with a low-value woman, your calm isn't free. It's something you have to earn. One wrong word, one missed text, one moment where you don't give her enough attention, and suddenly the mood shifts. You're walking on eggshells, not because you did anything wrong, but because her emotions are a minefield. Here's the Stoic truth. You are not responsible for her happiness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." But she acts like you should have power over her emotions too. If she's upset, it's your job to fix it. If she's bored, it's your fault for not entertaining her. If she's insecure, it's because you didn't reassure her enough. A high-value woman manages her own emotions. She doesn't use guilt or silent treatment to control you. A low-value one? She turns your peace into a transaction. The Stoic response? Detach. Not coldly, but clearly. Ask yourself, is this someone who can self-soothe, or does she treat me like an emotional caretaker? If it's the latter, you're not her partner, you're her therapist. And that's not love, that's labor. Sign 3, she disrespects your time. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now, let that decide what you do." Time is the one thing you can't get back, and yet, a low-value woman treats yours like it's worthless. She's late, not by a few minutes, but by hours, with no apology. She cancels plans last minute because something better came up. She expects you to drop everything when she wants attention, but disappears when you need support. The Stoics value discipline, not just in actions, but in how you respect the time of others. A high-value woman honors commitments. If she says she'll be there, she's there. If she can't make it, she communicates early. A low-value one, she acts like your time is hers to waste. Here's the hard question. If a CEO treated your time this carelessly, would you keep doing business with them? Probably not. So, why tolerate it in a relationship? The Stoic move isn't to complain, it's to act, set boundaries, If she's chronically late, leave. If she cancels last minute, stop making plans. Your time is your life. Don't let someone devalue it. Sign 4. She isolates you. Zeno said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen more." But a low-value woman doesn't want you listening to anyone but her. She subtly, or not so subtly, pushes you away from friends, family, or hobbies that don't revolve around her. Maybe she complains when you hang out with the guys. Maybe she jokes that your mom is too involved. Maybe she rolls her eyes when you talk about your passions. This isn't love, it's control. The Stoics called this tyranny of the weak, using emotional leverage to dominate someone. A high-value woman encourages your connections. She knows that a strong man has a full life, not an empty one revolving around her. A low-value one, she wants you dependent. The red flag, if your world gets smaller with her in it. The Stoic response, refuse to shrink. Ask yourself, is this someone who adds to my life, or someone who wants to be my whole life? If it's the latter, run. Because isolation isn't intimacy, it's imprisonment. Sign 5, she's addicted to drama. The Stoics practiced apatheia, not apathy but freedom from destructive emotions. A low-value woman, she thrives on chaos. There's always some crisis, a fight with a friend, a problem at work, an ex texting her out of nowhere. She's either the victim or the provocateur, but peace, that's boring. Here's the thing, drama isn't passion, it's immaturity. Seneca warned, a man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. But she chooses to suffer and drags you with her. A high-value woman handles conflict with grace. A low-value one manufactures it for attention. The test? Pay attention to her social media. Is it full of vague posts, sub-tweets, or men are trash rants? That's not venting, that's a warning. The Stoic move? Don't engage. Ask yourself, is this someone who solves problems or creates them? If it's the latter, she's not a partner, she's a storm. And no one builds a life in a hurricane. Sign 6, you're the backup plan. Musonius Rufus said, value yourself enough to walk away. But a low-value woman keeps you on standby. Just enough attention to keep you hooked, but never enough to commit. She'll flirt with others as a joke. She'll say things like, I'm not ready for anything serious, but I don't want to lose you. Translation, she wants options. You're just one of them. A high-value woman knows what she wants. If she's with you, she's with you. A low-value one, she'll breadcrumb you just enough to keep you around, until someone better shows up. The Stoic response? Cold honesty. Ask yourself, if I walked away today, would she fight to keep me or just replace me? If the answer isn't obvious, it's already over. Because the man who knows his worth doesn't compete for a spot in someone's life. He owns his own. Here's the hard truth. Stoicism isn't about changing her. It's about your choice. Every second you spend on someone who diminishes you is a second stolen from your purpose. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire but wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. 6 signs. 1 question. Does your life feel lighter or heavier with her in it? Stoicism doesn't teach avoidance, it teaches discernment. Protect your energy like the ancients protected their minds. Because the highest value man, he walks away from what no longer serves him. Hit subscribe. Next video, How Stoics Spot High Value Women, drops Thursday.